And so on. All right, what's up, everyone? Today I want to talk about one of my favorite jazz tunes by the great Billy Strayhorn, entitled "Lush Life." There's many different versions. Some of the most famous we all know, definitely the Coltrane one, and Johnny Hartman. And it's kind of a classic tune in the jazz repertoire. One of my favorite versions because of this intro. Let's see if we can go ahead and play it. And that's his intro for it. And I really like it because it's very unique. When you sit there and go through it, as we will, it's very hip. And like I said, this song is kind of notorious for being a very modern and hip tune for that time, and honestly, even right now. So let's go over it. And so on. Let's try it one more time. So what it is, let's go over it. It's very clever, actually. It's kind of counterintuitive, and it kind of breaks all the rules that you would normally be learning for music. Harmony related and major scale based. So the first chord is a D flat 7 dominant chord, So we have just a basic dominant chord, kind of voiced in this manner. And then the melody is as follows. So you have this movement to a D flat 13 is what you would call it, dominant 13. And then you go to B 13. Then G flat major, E flat major. To me, this sounds like a diminished chord. And that's a hard chord on guitar. I'm basically kind of stretching, but that's a lot of frets to span. But this would be an A flat dominant 13 flat 9. So you have A flat, flat 7, flat 9, 3, 13. And then he plays sharp 11, sharp 9, which is pretty clever. So we go slow one more time. Now, if we relate this to the key that we're in D flat major. So normally this would not be a dominant. This would you would play this if you're going to go to the 4. So that would be kind of something normally you would hear, but he starts on the 13, or on dominant, into a dominant 13, which is really clever. It's just blues. He has great voice leading. It just moves. The melody sounds nice, and if you have good voice leading, you can do whatever you want, really. So it goes down to a flat 7 dominant, which we do a lot. That's the 4 major 7, which is usually what it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Either that or. So either half diminished or 5 over, an inversion of a 5 chord over 7, which is the third of the 5. A flat major over C, 1. So he goes dominant 1, flat 7, B 13, flat dominant. So B 13, G flat major, the 4 chord, major 2, E flat major. And then flat 2, which we do a lot. Usually it's a diminished chord. In this case, same thing. So you have this on like Have You Met Miss Jones? Right? Anyways, so that's a very common movement. Very nice movement. Now I'm not really playing this B string. The melody is a B note, but I'm playing it on the G. So you could also play that like this. A little bit different voicing. Similar chord. Maybe you have the verse. To me, you learn all these numbers in order to find the in-betweens, and that's how you create these lifts. To your ear, it sounds nice because it's out of the key, and you're drawn towards it. But how do you reach those things well? The rest. The Johnny Hartman version is. Which is pretty clever. But if we take. So we have a big 5 chord, 13 flat 9 if you want, and then you have 5 E major, which would be flat 3 major, and then E flat major 6, really, could be a dominant, it depends on, for me I'm thinking of it as an E flat 6 because I'm only playing E flat, G, C, which is like an E flat 6 on guitar. So you have of those whose D major 7, G 7 with a D up top, E flat minor with an E flat up top, D 9 with an E up top, which is flat 2 dominant, and then 1. So if you go from the 5 chord, you have flat 3 major, E major, 2 major, 6, D major, 7, which would be like a flat 2 major, G, 7, which would be tritone sub dominant. And then you have 2 minor 7, which is normal, flat 2 dominant 9, which is like a cool passing chord, or a tritone sub of the 5. So it goes with the voicing very nice, the melodic movement. Right? And then he has the intro. So there you go. That's the great Billy Strayhorn version. Pretty legit. This one, and that's a great. It's on the same recordings on a bunch of different albums, so they like to do that. But and so on. Hopefully that helps, and keep a lookout for some more of these videos, just on tunes that are in the idiom. In this case, jazz idiom. I'm going to do other things too, though, but hopefully I'll get busy doing these. If you like it, please like, subscribe, share with your friends, say what up, watch the stream, find me on the internet. Later.